What's going on, everybody? Today we're in Santorini. It is absolutely incredible out here. Check this out. It is beautiful. I mean, seriously, it's incredible. Look at this view. Can't get over it. One day we're in Finland, one day we're in Greece, right? It's honestly insane. I never would have imagined that I would be able to come to places like this basically whenever I want. And I'm at the point in my life where I can go anywhere I want. You know, tomorrow if I want to be in Hawaii, I can. Of course, that would be a long trip from here, but Hawaii is great, by the way. You absolutely should visit Hawaii. You should visit here as well. There's no reason why you shouldn't. And you know, I was sitting out here and I was thinking about, you know, what is holding people back? Like, why do so many people live lives in misery, in regret, and just wondering, you know, how do I make money? How do I travel? How do I quit my 9-to-5 job? How do I just find something that I really like doing and follow it? In reality, I want to say that if you're watching this right now and you're not living the life that you want to be living, then in reality, you might be living in bondage, in slavery. I mean, you know, going to work every single day, waking up 6 in the morning and going home 5 p.m., 6 p.m., fighting traffic every day. I mean, is that not slavery, especially if you hate what you're doing? I mean, if you love what you're doing, you probably wouldn't be watching this, or if you are, and if you just want to improve your life, well, then welcome to the channel. That's great. But yeah, you're living in bondage, and it's absolutely wrong. It's so wrong that people just allow that to happen in their lives. In reality, what so many people don't understand is that, you know, right now you might be stuck in 9-to-5, you might be stuck living a life you don't like, but you have everything that you could possibly need to get started on the path of your dreams. And I know it sounds cheesy, I know it sounds corny, but it's the truth. When I was in school, I was studying business, and you know, I thought that would make me wealthy, I thought that would make me successful. In reality, that's the furthest thing from the truth. And obviously I realized that early on enough, thank God. I started reading books. I started reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I started reading Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Some of these books absolutely changed my life. And I'm so glad that I read these things, that I read these books. You know, I was about 19, 20, 21 years old. And so reading those books set me on the course of an absolutely new life, like completely different life. And, you know, now the fact that, I mean, you're seeing this on the screen is just insane. It's insane even to me. It's crazy, man. Look at this. And the truth is, the one thing that allowed me to get here is knowing that I was destined for more. Like, you have to know that you're destined for more. And nowadays, what most people don't understand is that they can make a change in their life. Like, you can make a change in your life. And, you know, it might be scary, obviously. You will probably fail many times, not once, but twice, 3 times, 5 times. I mean, I failed countless times towards the beginning. I mean, I gave up my, you know, prestigious bank job to go clean windows, and I knew that it was temporary because as I was cleaning windows, I was making like $100, $150 a house. I took that money and I put it into my very first online business venture, which was Amazon FBA, because at the time I was looking for an online business to start. And so I put my money into Amazon FBA, and I literally, like, completely no-lifed it. I mean, I was watching videos day and night. I took a bunch of courses, and I just did everything I can to make sure that, like, okay, I fully believe in this. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to succeed. And so this was not even long ago. I mean, this was only like, now we're in 2019. This was only like 2 years ago. Literally 2 years ago, I was in a completely opposite situation in my life. I mean, it's crazy how fast life can change. And I'm 23, by the way. If you haven't watched my channel, I'm Dan. And you know, this is the best channel for online business entrepreneurship and mindset content, really like the achievement of unlimited potential. That's what this is all about, and waking people up. And so, you know, I'm making this video right now to wake you up, to tell you that, like, you know, life doesn't have to be this way where you're stuck. It doesn't have to be this way where you just don't know where you're going. And I mean, the people that you're hanging out with, like, that's a huge thing too. I wouldn't say that, you know, I had a lot of toxic people in my life, but I just knew that the people that I was hanging out with, they didn't want the same things as I did. And so that's so important. Like, you have to realize your environment shapes you so much. I had to get out. I was living in Toronto, Canada at the time, and I haven't lived there since. And my very first thing was to leave, just to get out. And so as soon as I got my Amazon FBA business started, which actually I set myself a goal at the time. I started in March 2017, and Amazon FBA is all about selling products online on Amazon. And so at the time, it was, you know, great to start, and now it's even better to start because more people now are interested in e-commerce and actually like buying things online instead of going to the store. At the time, it was more of like a, you know, Amazon Prime. Whoa, it just started. And so my very first goal it was March 2017. So by July 2017, I would be making $10,000 a month for my Amazon FBA business. And so it's crazy because I way overshot that. And I mean, I wrote that goal down every single morning, every single night. like every single morning, every single night. I wrote it down as if I already achieved it. And so, by June of that year, I was making multiple six figures a year, and I was making more money than I ever thought I would ever make in my life. And so that's from cleaning windows, by the way. Like, that's going from cleaning windows to selling products on Amazon. And so as I got my Amazon FBA business going, at the same time, I cut off a lot of people, but it was all for the achievement of my highest potential. I was reading every single possible self-improvement book that I could find. By the way, some of the greatest ones, like I said, Rich Dad Poor Dad, if you haven't read it, Robert Kiyosaki is really, really great. It's going to completely alter, your whole mindset, and that's the start. Like, that's really the key. Number 2 is Outwitting the Devil. That book completely changed my life. I talked about it a lot, but the main premise of it was definiteness of purpose. And so I realized that to achieve my dreams, and I truly could have anything, and you can too. If you're watching this right now, I can tell you, trust me, the fact that this is behind me right now, it's not a green screen, as you can see. Like, you truly can have anything in your life, but it all starts with you taking that step, you really believing the fact that you're destined for more, and that your potential is so much higher than you can even fathom. I've been proven wrong so many times in my life, over and over and over again, at what I could truly achieve. Society just gives you these kind of predestined limits and predestined beliefs, and people just kind of automatically think and believe them. Yeah, rich people get lucky. Rich people just are the way they are. That's the way it is. I can tell you, none of these people, you ask them, did you get lucky? They won't say they got lucky, other than, let's say the 10% that got the money from generational wealth. But, that's only 10 or 20% if you look at the statistics. So in reality, it's not luck. It's just belief that you're destined for more. And so if you start with that, and you realize that you have everything with you to start towards the path of your dreams, to start on the path, and to really just make a huge improvement in your life, and by doing that make a huge improvement in the lives of others, then that's everything you need. There is a plan in your life, there is a divine plan, but you've got to make movement in your life to start moving towards it. You can't just stand still. And for me, it wasn't a very long time that I realized that I just can't stand still. And when I was working at my bank job, this was a few years ago that I talked about, everybody around me, I was the youngest person working there, everybody around me was much older than me. And they've just been standing still. They've just been drifting in life. Like nothing's changed. And every single day I would come to work, and they would be miserable in front of their computers at their desk. And they would just be telling me, nonstop every single day, how much they hated to be there. And, how good of a life all these influencers they're seeing on Instagram, they're living, right? Everybody's seeing that nowadays. Social media is a crazy thing that's happened in this generation, because everybody's seeing all these people living these crazy lives, but they don't know that, it's also possible for them. And so I'm telling you that, that's possible for you, and there's so much more. It's not just that. It's not just this, right? There's so much more. Some people say that, you just can't do anything, you can't change anything, and that you should just, trust God or trust your maker or trust, whatever higher power to just kind of, this is the life you were given, this is how it is, and this is how you should, keep it. And I totally disagree, and I can tell you I'm proof. My life is proof of that, and, so many other people's lives. One of my favorite quotes is, God, you can say God, or you can say, your maker, whatever you want, Allah, right? God helps those who help themselves. And so if you create movement in your life, and if you really start going on this direction, and you don't know where you're going, you don't know, the things that you should be doing, you don't know what business you're going to be running in a year or two, but as long as you set a goal, it's a financial goal, right? You also need to have family goals, and we can talk about that. It's for a different video. But if you set a goal and you move towards it, then it will all fall into place. Everything will fall into place. Like this fell into place for me, and I'm telling you, it'll fall into place for you if it's meant to be. And it is meant to be if you just go at it, if you create movement in your life, and if you just, get over that initial fear, because it's not as big as you think. In the battle of life, you are your own enemy and your warrior, and you have to decide which side you're going to be on. You have to decide, are you going to keep putting sticks in front of your feet, and you're going to keep tripping over your own, your own beliefs that you're making in your head, the false beliefs that, oh, I can't start a business, I can't do this, I'm not the kind of person that is, going to be rich. I'm not the kind of person that is meant for wealth. I'm not the kind of person that is meant for abundance. I'm not from that, right? So many people believe that, and they let that affect their lives. And in turn, they never get to see places like this, for example. Just, choose the right side, choose the positive side, and, start realizing everything's there for you. If you wanted to start an online business today, let's just say, because I'm a huge proponent of online business, anybody can start. I've been working on mine for a little bit today, and then I'm just hanging out right now reading. There's so much information out there. Courses, videos, books, everything's out there. You just need to have the desire, and you need to start creating movement. So, it's all out there, right? Just go and get it. And remember that, you can't even fathom, you can't even understand the true limit of your potential. You'll be blown away every single month, every single year by what you can achieve. And for me, it seems like I'm 23 now, and I started on my entrepreneurial journey. I started on my journey to success at, I would say, 20 or 21, and the past 2-3 years of my life have not only been the best years of my life, but also have been the years where I've done more in my life than the previous 20 combined. So I hope this video finds you well, and just remember that, don't be stuck. Create movement in your life. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Subscribe to the channel if you did, and if you are interested in the absolute best online business entrepreneurship content, I'll see you guys soon. And of course, you guys can watch all my other videos. I've got a ton of amazing Amazon, Shopify, e-commerce videos out there, because it is the greatest opportunity to start a business today. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon. You guys have to come out here.